everyone! Hello and welcome back to Trails into Reverie. Last time we hit the opening, so I guess we're about to figure out where this is gonna go. I did have a thought in between episodes. Episodes have started going up on the channel in this time frame. Oh, do we get a choice of acts? I almost feel like we should just, jump between them. Oh, so they're saying C's route on this now. Okay, never mind. I had a thought. Just because, around the time of recording this specifically, the episode where they're saying Oliver disappeared went up, and a comment was made. Sorry, I don't remember usernames, but I remember your avatar. It's like, I think it has Ko in it, or someone with like a white jacket from Tokyo Xanadu, I think? I'm too lazy to pull that back up. But I recognized it. But they noted that Oliver, apparently other people are reacting that Oliver, it's like, yeah, he would sort of just disappear. But argued the idea, no, he wouldn't tell nobody. It's like, and I started to think about that. It's like, well, would he? And then I thought, hasn't he done this before? And then a couple thoughts came to mind. And, he sort of did that before when he felt like there was, a necessity to do it. And one thing that came to mind is just, that jumped into my mind as part of that was oh, what if C is Oliver in disguise? He faked his own disappearance so he could go, do something clever or something. I don't think I'd bet on that, but it's an interesting thought. Yeah, let's just switch between them. Go as far as we can, go to the next one. Go as far as we can, go to the next one.
Our only wish was to be free, for Crossbell to have true freedom. Freedom that no one would be able to take from us again. Behind that wish was one burning desire, to be proud once more. We wanted to reignite the pride that everyone in this land held deep in their hearts. It was finally within our reach. All we had to do was grasp it. So why? Why couldn't we?
Rufus! 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 Rufus!
The very picture of a hero. However, Crossbell has no need for you any longer. Now kindly get off the stage.
We didn't make the choices we did to be heroes. The path we chose was so we could finally...
A new story is in motion.
Ooh, what the hell?
Your fate is but one thread intermingled with many. Now, rise from your slumber.
Huh? Did he hear that?
Was that all just a dream?
Lloyd?
No, I think this is the fishing place. If I remember where we are correctly.
Oh, thank goodness. You're finally awake. How are you feeling? Are you in any kind of pain?
I'm fine. But where am I? What happened to the ceremony? What about Crossbell's independence?
Crossbell City was occupied again by the Ebon Defense Force and their commander, the self-proclaimed supreme leader, Rufus Alborea.
Man, Eustace is gonna be pissed. Okay, they didn't even let me stop that. Okay,
Rufus! 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 Rufus!
one of the longest times of just having like like explicitly paced and like I don't progress.
Damn it!
Lloyd! Open your eyes, Lloyd!
It's a good thing.
All over.
Don't give up!
Oh, I like that attention to detail
Pull yourselves together. This isn't over
on
yet.
the gunshot.
There's still people here who haven't lost their minds. Take Lloyd and run. If anyone can turn all of this around, it'll be the SSS.
Well, I'm not seeing any other options.
All right, let's make a break for it. Split up and get out of the city.
Understood. I'll scan for a safe route. I'll go after Kia. Risha, you take care of Lloyd. Got it.
So we were forced to split up. I hope they made it out okay.
Okay. Time for a pause and some thoughts. So the thread thing. There's a few interesting things that they haven't really stumbled upon, and I feel like I've seen bits and pieces of it. Like someone's watching this. It feels like someone's watching this, right? Like based on the prologue alone. Then you also have that thing. Here's the thing. I'm trying to remember what the... because there's that epilogue to Cold Steel 4 that showed what I think was at least implied to be the Grandmaster. And I want to say, like, there's a bunch of imagery on this game that is using a design that I thought was that. And now that you have, like, that dialogue about threads and whatnot, and, like, the imagery with her in, like, all the art and whatnot, the splash screen when opening the game, all that sort of stuff. Like with threads in her hands and stuff like that. It does make it seem like, yeah, it's an Ouroboros thing, right? Without all the other Ouroboros things involved. In terms of specifically, like, well, like, what that whole, like, watching dynamic is, I mean, specifically.
What about Kia and Cecile? They came to watch the ceremony. Were they all right?
They died.
I'm afraid I don't know.
I mean, that would... I mean, for a studio, for a game company that really does not like killing characters, that would have been a bomb to drop. I'm just saying.
I've gone scouting a few times since the ceremony ended 2 days ago, but I haven't come across any leads about what happened to them. Or Elia and Sully, for that matter.
Oh. Damn it! How could I have let this happen? Protecting Crossbell was our duty.
Lloyd.
Staying here isn't an option. I have to see for myself what's happening in the city. Risha, will you come with me?
Yes, of course.
Okay. I assume we'll head out as a pair then? Yeah, boat shack. Yep, this place. Man, this is like a weirdly important place in the lore of Crossbell. Whatever medicine he gave me, some really powerful stuff. I was injured pretty badly, but even the worst of my wounds have already been healed. It's an ointment made from a recipe passed down for generations between those who bear Yin's name. That was the last I had, sadly. It's powerful, but not a miracle. Your wounds can still reopen, and there's nothing it can do to help you regain your stamina. So try not to overdo it, alright? Got it. I really owe you one for using what you had left on me. Okay, let's get moving. Yeah, he's definitely gonna push himself too far.
It's my turn.
Of course.
Oh, that's interesting. Rick says, presented as the, party leader. I'll keep it like that. That's a fun way to present that dynamic. That sounds like... Get down! So yeah, they're using curse stuff. And we've seen other things to suggest that they're basically emulating the curse in some way. I don't know how that ties into, like, the us being watched element, though. That's probably the thing that I find the most interesting. The idea that everything seems off, yet it's like we're being watched, right? In some form. Those two things don't exactly come together at this point, like, you know, logic. Like, clearly, like, between the Magic Knights and this whole stuff with the curse and other things related to that, I think there's other things like the Magic Knight being able to use stuff that was able to happen because of the curse. I think that was another thing. Clearly, the curse is being, like, outside of just here, brought back in some minor form, potentially, but I don't know how that, like, interacts with, like, us being watched, right? It seems pretty far apart. So, those were Zulber soldats. Indeed, those new soldats, showed up in the city after the battle. I suppose you weren't able to see the moment they arrived. No, I faintly recall seeing them as I was losing consciousness. Yep. I'm not sure what to make of them showing up now of all times. It looked like they were flying in the direction of Tangram Fortress, but why? It's in the process of being decommissioned. Oh, you think that's still the case? I learned the occupying forces set up defensive lines to the east and west while I was scouting yesterday. They have several of those soldats at their disposal as well. Well, that's not good news. That will make it difficult for Erebonia and Calvert to intervene. Regardless, I can't hear any more of them approaching. Let's make our way to the city while we have the chance. Sure, there'll be plenty of monsters on the highway, though, so be careful. I will. Let's hurry. Got it.
I won't let Rufus Albarea get away with this. First things first. We need to see how the city's holding up.
Oh, Lloyd.
I will say, Lloyd's voice actor does a great job of being, like, holding in the anger sort of vibes. And more. Duck down. There's another one. This way, quickly. I figured we'd go the other way. That was close. We're not far from the city, but we can't keep getting slowed down. We need to hurry. No, we don't. Ugh. We definitely don't need to hurry. Not just because of that, but because, like, we need to take our time, analyze the situation properly, and don't rush. If there's anything your last few years should teach you, it's that patience is a virtue when it comes to overcoming very difficult odds. Lloyd, are you okay? Did your wound open? Stay still, I'll check. No, I'm fine. Never mind me. Let's get to the city. Don't be ridiculous. We need you if we're going to take Crossbell back. What good would collapsing here do? People are relying on your leadership. So please stop disregarding your own well-being. No, you're right. My apologies for shouting like that. Please let me check on your wounds. I need to make sure you'll be okay. Alright, thanks. You know, Lloyd is an interesting character. While I do like him as a character, he also had, like, the most bland of all the protagonists in terms of, like, his actual, like, character. Like, obviously, like, the Crossbell thing, like, liberating it seems to be, like, the big thing that, like, defines him in, like, the Cold Steel games and this. So it's, like, fleshed out his personality a bit more than being a little bit more blank slatey like he was in the Crossbow games. But then you also have moments where it's like, Oh, it sort of feels like they're just writing him like Reen now. Like, oh my goodness, now he's self-sacrificing. Now he has a harem. Now he is... Not that he didn't have the harem stuff before, but it was a lot more, I want to say Lloyd in the Crossbow games felt like he had a lot, like I said, a lot more of a blank slate sort of style to how he was, like, actually written. He didn't have as strong of a personal character arc and all that sort of stuff. As strong, like, just... It felt like he was more written to be able to, like, try to be more of self-inserty versus, like, say, Reen or Estelle, which had very distinct personalities. Which is very interesting to me. That, like, they're also giving him... I feel like they're giving him more character, basically. More traits, more things. Because he's, like, in this other situation. Now that he's sort of, like, an outsider looking in. I just find it very interesting from, like, a writing perspective. You're fortunate they hadn't opened all that much. I replaced the bandages. Are you still feeling any pain? No, I'm fine. I'm sorry about how I was acting earlier. I was letting the stress get to me. I was pulling a Reen. Man, imagine being so... Like, I don't actually think they're giving him a Reen trait. I think they're just, like, putting him in a dire situation, and this is, like, his coping mechanism's not properly handling it right? Like, his main character trait is that he's pretty, like, he's a detective, right? He's a cop. That is, like, his main character trait. He's logical, he's orderly, he does things by the books, all that sort of stuff. That's, like, the big elements of him, but it is a bit on the bland side relative, right? So I'd never be able to, without, like, doing a video essay, get into more detail in my opinions on this, which I'm not going to do. And I think I've gotten at least the point I want to get across. That must have seemed pretty pathetic. Some leader I am. I don't think anyone can blame you for losing your composure. That ceremony was meant to be the moment we spent over 2 years fighting for. Only to have the rug pulled out from under us again. We're all frustrated. And the SSS did the lion's share of the work. Of course it would upset you most of all. Oh, come on. I think you're giving me a little too much credit. If I'm being honest, I feel lost right now. I'm not sure what I should be doing. Even if we make it to the city and assess the situation, how do we fight against an army of Zalber's soldats? Is it even possible to take Crossbell back from Rufus and the Ebon Defense Force? Lloyd, let me ask you this.
What is it that matters most to you? Can you truly turn your back in the face of what you hold dear?
From Elia.
I was hoping you'd notice. It's what she had you deliver to me during Crossbell's last bid for independence.
What is it that matters most to you? Can you truly turn your back in the face of what you hold dear?
Those words have kept me going over the last 2 years, no matter how bad things have been. As long as you don't lose sight of the most important thing to you, your path will always be clear. That's what I believe, at least.
What matters to me most. Right now, that would be liberating Crossbell. Though I still don't know how we're going to achieve that. What I do know is that the rest of the SSS and all our allies are out there working toward the same goal. So if we can reunite with them and work together, maybe we'll have a chance.
I think so too. That was how we made it through our last crisis, and it's how we'll make it through this one. We have to keep believing and focus on what we each can do to help. And above all, never lose sight of what matters to us most. For me, that would be everyone I cherish, including Arkansas. And you too, Lloyd. So please try to be kind to yourself. I'll be right here with you if you need support.
Risha. All right. I will. Sorry for worrying you. It's just as you said. All we can do right now is focus on what is right in front of us. It's simple, really. I can't believe I forgot that after all we've been through.
I agree that knowing what's happening in the city is a good idea. We just need to be careful. Hopefully, it will give us an idea of what to do next, so I'll give you all the help I can. It's the least I could do for someone who's always accepted me, whether I was Risha Mao or Yin.
Thank you, Risha. I'll do everything I can to protect the things and people we both cherish, no matter what it takes. We will liberate Crossbell.
Of course we will.
That's a nice moment. They set off for the city once more after a short break. Wait. Oh, what is this? What is this that we're putting in our inventory? She just has his shirt. Slips it into the bag. You know what? This is why I thought the, outfits are here. Just looking to the side. Oh! That reminds me! Something I forgot to do before. Swimsuits. Moonlight Wedding. That's what I'm curious about. Yeah, Reverie Garden sounds interesting. I'm sure that'll mean something. At some point. Casuals. Makes sense. Why, though? Like, I'm not gonna say I don't like it, but why? Do I just keep her in this for the rest? It's sort of tempting, because it actually does look really nice. Nah, not now. Okay. I don't want to fight anyone until we actually get, like, a, more party members. I can't imagine they'd hold out on us for that long in terms of, like, party member count. We're almost there. That's the city's east entrance. Wait, is that? It's the EDF and more of those soldats. Figures they'd set up a perimeter here. There must be several soldiers stationed inside the city by now. Lloyd, let's try taking cover in the area by the watchtower. We should be able to see the harbor district from there. Good thinking. I should have a pair of binoculars in my detective toolkit. Have you had a... Has that come up before? Right? The city's absolutely crawling with them. Was there even that many here before? What's strange is that it's like the citizens aren't even fazed by their presence. It's as if they're completely under the Supreme Leader's spell. Quite literally, I might add, judging by their reaction to that dancer. Oh, so you think the dancer was the one who did that? Interesting. That is distinctly different than from how, like, the curse works. I guess they're not, like, calling it out as, like, these people are acting like the curse is happening again. Because weren't they, like... At least there was, like, a decent amount of people that were, like, pretty gung-ho about it. Like, the war, even Crossbellans, right? At least I thought so. Oh, we can't roll up the public turning on us and handing us over to the soldiers. All things considered, sneaking into the city doesn't seem like a wise option right now, even if we could. Aside, what about the soldats? Where could they have even come from? Where could they have even come from? think they've even come from. The Black Workshop is supposed to be out of commission completely. Reen and his friends confirmed it after the war. Okay, leftovers? It shouldn't be possible for new models like those to still be in development. Are they definitely new? Why can't they be leftovers? Maybe stuff that never saw the light of day. Didn't you fight one that was like prototype back when you, back in the prologue? That's like a whole concept. Oh, yeah, there we go. Though now that I think about it, there was definitely something strange about the Asmodyne we fought a while ago. The investigation Erebony conducted on the Black Workshop turned up no records of a soldat like that. Which means other places are making soldats, which means Erebony is a big, military power? Da-da-da-da-da-da? Well, that's unsettling. If it were just that one unit that fell through the cracks, then that would be one thing, but an entire army like this? How did Rufus get his hands on so much firepower out of seemingly nowhere?
That's enough sniffing around, you filthy rats.
Oh, hello. Thank you for the greeting. I feel very welcome. I guess yeah, Mr. Voice, you can just wait for a second. I have speculation to do. They do seem to be going out of their way to call out. And I should probably not ignore that they're, like, purposely trying to lead me in a direction in terms of the nature of these, right? Out of nowhere. Which implies that they existed somewhere, but it was somewhere that was unknown to any... Presumably, we're gonna say that Reen and them used the government in order to check, like, beyond just the Black Workshop. They'd have been aware of the Zauber soldats beyond that, at the very least, right? And they are saying that they're new models, so I think we'll go with that by concept too. So they also have to be in some sort of prototyping stage. Which means there needs to be some other place that's at least somewhat hidden, in the same way the Black Workshop was. I mean, we do know that there's like 13 factories, right? The Black Workshop was just one of them, right? I know they're not all like physical factories, but... What was that? What were you saying? What were you saying about rats? Oh, hello! Oh, hello. It's the Ebon Defense Force. A patrol unit? How are they able to spot us this far off the highway? Bannings and Yin. Just as the Supreme Leader had expected. Really? Okay, that's unsettling. He predicted that you would return to scout the area right about now. We've been waiting for you. You're right that far ahead? Yeah, that's not Rufus's ability. Did something else came up that felt like... it was the thing in the prologue, the thing that was... Okay. The thing that was watching as, like, said something along the lines that made me think of the Black Records. This also feels similar to that, so... Actually... Were the Black Records... I'm trying to remember what we learned about the Black Records. Were they made by something, or were they just, like, a thing on their own? I'm trying to remember. Shit. This is the problem with remembering like, having years off and not remembering my new details. I wouldn't have remembered even if I played it right away afterwards anyways. He always was devilishly cunning. Now, why don't you put your weapons down and surrender? The Supreme Leader is merciful. He's even granting you the opportunity to assist in our glorious plan if you take his hand now. We'd be happy to assist with putting him in the prison cell where he belongs. Back me up, Rickshaw. I'm with you, Lloyd.
We won't lose!
We can try. Oh, come on.
Let my guard down.
Take that!
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yay, they get like really good turns, so just kill me on them. Yay.
Of course.
There we go. Got some status
Time to
fucking luck
protect
on
what
it, bro.
matters most to me. And I
That was
can't
actually
lose.
like fucking really fucking close. Oh, now I get evasion. Oh, thank you. God damn it. How do you like that? They're persistent. I'll give them that. We never expected you to surrender easily. But unfortunately for you, your fate was sealed the moment you came here. HQ respond. This is the 27th Eastern Surveillance Unit. You have 27 units? We can't let him call in reinforcements. I'm a step too far to stop him in time. Ooh.
Sweet dreams.
Of all fucking people.
This is HQ. Respond.
There was a suspicious sighting during our patrol, but it turned out to be harmless. We'll be finishing our sweep shortly.
Understood. Return to your post as soon as your task is complete.
That should buy us a few minutes at the very least.
Okay, let's see if I can remember names properly. Elector.
That was a pretty close call, huh? What are you doing here?
Yes, okay. Yes, I feel happy about that.
It's been a while, Bannings, Yin. I've been looking for you two.
Honestly, the main reason I remembered it was just the audio in my head of Lammy, Lecter. Oh, he's engraved into that is engraved into my memory.
Didn't expect to find you so close to the city, though. I don't know whether to call you brave or plain stupid.
The Imperial Intelligence Division Scarecrow. What's a former Ironblood doing here? Well, I mean, Rufus is over there, so don't tell me you have a hand in all of this, too. Sorry to burst your bubble, Detective, but you're way off the mark. This has got nothing to do with me and Claire. Why are you bringing up Claire? I guess there aren't that many Ironbloods left. I knew something was about to go down, but even I didn't see it hitting the fan like this. Hold on. Are you implying that you knew that there was going to be a crisis of some kind? Yeah, have you guys, read books before? Seen stories, movies? No comment. Listen, I came out here to cut a deal with you guys. I have some info that you and your friends might want to hear. You don't mean... Fine. I don't necessarily trust you, but I can recognize that hearing you out is in our best interest. But we won't agree to anything else until we know more. Very fair. Made their way back to the crossroads before any more soldiers could arrive. Elector provided valuable information as they walked. Some of the people in the city escaped to Armorica village. Okay. That means it is sort of behaving like the curse. Where it gets some people, but not everyone. Yeah, relatively small number, mind you. Still, there are some who avoided being brainwashed by that strange dance and were evacuated to Armorica. It being the dance doesn't mean that it can't have any relation to the curse. I will note that. It does imply a difference in trigger of it. Which in itself would imply a difference in source? Even if it's the same phenomenon it's creating? Are you saying that someone helped lead them there? Was it someone from the SSS? Yeah, though I couldn't tell you who. I figured you'd want to follow up on it if you're planning to liberate Crossbell. Again. It's not like we have any other leads at the moment, given how little we know about the EDF. My instincts are telling me that something else is going on near the village, too. That's why I figured my best play was to find you guys. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. So how about it? Do you buy any of that? It's not like you have a reason to believe me. I wouldn't blame you if you turned me down. No, we accept. Let's start heading for Amorca. Oh, sheesh, that was fast. Don't you think you're being a little too trusting towards a former Ironblood? You said I wasn't taking everything you told us with a hefty grain of salt. The reality is we're pressed for time, and we need a better handle on the situation. If nothing else, your instincts and strength in combat have proven reliable in the past. You'll be an asset for us. Besides, I have faith in our friends. I can imagine them sitting idly by at a time like this. That's why I know you're telling the truth. Whether you meant to or not. Helping people is what the SSS does. I have no objection either. Even if this did turn out to be a trap, I'm sure Lloyd and I can handle it. This isn't my first time working with someone I can't entirely trust. I should have known you guys would react like this. I don't know whether to give up and always find I don't know when to give up and you don't know when to give up and always find the silver lining. Why don't you manage to survive the last couple of years? But I'm probably the last person you want reminding you of how rough you had it, huh? Just so we're clear, this is just a temporary arrangement based on give and take. We'll do whatever it takes to reunite with our friends and take back our home. Including getting in bed with you. Fine by me. Here's to a fruitful little partnership, Bannings. Ian. I'm looking forward to seeing how far that stubbornness of yours takes you. So he's a party member now? This road will lead us, take us straight to our Merca village. There are people over there waiting for us, so let's get moving. Right. Got it. Lecter. Welcome to the group of all the next party members to get. That was not what I was expecting. It does sort of feel like we have so many characters. It does sort of feel like a little bit like it's a gotcha. Just to make a roll, get a character. Oh, he has nothing to do with Crossbell except like some, political stuff. Okay. Gotcha. Let's go.
Gehenna must have frozen over if we're teamed up. There's a first for everything. You didn't have some premonition about this? It doesn't work that way. I'm not omniscient, so we just gotta figure this out together.
Well, at times it can feel like it. Basically, it's just the writers want them to know, right? Who do we figure is going to be here? Why do I feel like it's going to end up not being an SSS member? Oh, hello.
Threats will be eliminated.
Arbitrary Dino. Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if they've been in the game before. What is his? It's been a while. Insight. Ooh, that's not bad.
Keep it up! Fools Vermilion! How about a little fire?
Death awaits you. To shreds!
To shreds, you say?
Perfect!
There!
Yeah, I was about to say the confusion's gonna really help there.
Let's go! Let's go! Yeah! Yeah! Ah, crud.
Yep.
This your card? Too bad for you.
Ooh, that's really good.
Okay, playtime is over. Rubrum Knight! Okay, later.
Is that a boss enemy? I'm not sure that was a boss enemy.
It's over!
Boss enemy? I'm not even sure anymore.
It's my turn.
Yeah, either way. Let's try to make sure he doesn't go after our dying little Goldilocks. Oh, that's one way to
Death
ensure he
awaits
doesn't go
you.
after our dying little Goldilocks over there. That also is a way.
Done what we set
Okay.
out to do.
I think I might have RNG'd into something there. Ugh. Lloyd! Did that battle open any wounds? No. Most of my blood is still inside. I'm just worn out. And here I was thinking you'd suddenly lost your touch. But you picked as good a spot as any. Why don't we sit at that rest area? I wish I could suggest we keep going, but something tells me that that wouldn't be wise. Sorry for slowing everyone down. Oh, hush, it's really not a problem.